Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today to open the NYC Free Tax Prep site here at Brooklyn Borough Hall. I'd like to take a minute to thank some of our partners who have joined us today. Thank you, Borough President Eric Adams, for hosting us today and for hosting NYC Free Tax Prep during the entire tax season. Thank you also Grow Brooklyn, the largest non-paid tax preparer in the borough, who will be here 8 different days throughout the season. Great.
We want them to.
Can we start again? I'd like to also acknowledge a few of our partners and supporters. Sylvia Martinez and Betsy Bailey from the IRS Taxpayer Advocates Office, Carrie B. Zeider, Outreach and Taxpayer Education for the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance, Edward Autumn, who manages the Brooklyn market for city community development, Anna Gorman and Kevin Cummings from the Mayor's Fund, and Amanda Stern, Program Officer for Income Security for the Robin Hood Foundation. The most important thing, something's wrong with this. Well, the most important thing I'd like New Yorkers to know this tax season is that if they made $64,000 or less in 2016, they do not have to pay to have their taxes prepared. DCA manages this coalition that has over 200 sites across the city, and there are 70 sites alone just in Brooklyn. These are places where you can do your taxes for free in person, having an IRS certified tax preparer help you with your income tax return. You can also go to some of these sites and drop off your documents, go about your day, and come back when your return is ready to pick up. And you can also do this online, and you can do that by going to nyc.gov/taxprep. We will also help you claim important tax credits like the Earned Income Tax Credit, or EITC. EITC is a federal, state, and city credit that working families who earn up to $53,505 or singles who earn $14,880 can claim. Combined, this credit can add as much as $8,463 to your refund. These sometimes can be the largest checks a family can see in a year. And here in Brooklyn, more residents are eligible to claim EITC, more than in any other borough. But 70% of those claiming EITC are still going to pay for their taxes to a paid tax preparer service. We do not want you to do that. We want you to keep as much money as you can in your pockets. Come to one of our sites and have your taxes prepared for free. Not only that, but at least a third of those people who claimed this earned income tax credit last year actually paid additional fees to get their monies, their refunds sooner, with checks or loans that are saying that they're getting you your anticipation refund sooner than what you normally can. We don't want you to be spending money in tax preparation services and in additional fees. So we are encouraging all New Yorkers to come to our sites and take advantage of these free services by calling 311, by texting taxes to the number 42033, or by visiting nyc.gov/taxprep, and you'll find out which are the sites nearest to you. Now I would like to introduce Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. This is so important, and we want to thank our partners, both Grow Brooklyn, the Director of Grow Brooklyn, Samira Rajan, and we want to thank Commissioner Salas as well. This has a tripling effect and impact, and so there are things you do in government that can actually help the overall borough and the city. And when you look at 1.1 million people are eligible to have this important tax credit, this is their money that's being returned to them to go on the table, to buy food, to buy clothing, that goes into our various retailers and stores that help employ people, that goes right back to those taxpayers. So that's why this is so important. And the Borough Hall wants to play its role with our partners. We cannot thank our partners enough for coming out and finding creative ways of preventing the loss of resources that remains on the table far too often. We have a program that we instituted in Borough Hall called Benefit Kitchen with our partners that does an analysis of what resources are available to our constituents. And these are not resources that one must pay for. These are resources that they are eligible for, and the only barrier are the items that are needed to prepare the documents to receive them. So that's why having this free tax prep, one does not have to go to a tax prep pay individual to do their taxes. They can save that dollar amount, they can get the refunds that they deserve, and they can use them to help their family. We're happy that over 325,000 returns were filed last year. Brooklyn led the way in ensuring that our constituents had an opportunity to file for this return. We want to encourage all New Yorkers to file for this return. It puts money back in the community, so we're going to be here. Appointments are available today through 8 p.m. They also will be available from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Friday, February 17th, Friday, February 24th, and Monday, April 17th, as well as 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Thursday, March 16th, Thursday, March 23rd, Thursday, April 6th, and Thursday, April 13th. It is imperative that we get this message out and allow everyday Brooklynites who are struggling. A quarter of this borough lives in poverty, and those numbers are drowning many Brooklynites, as well as Brooklyn is in a reflection of what's taking place across the city. Here is a way to start chiseling at the wall that prevent people from having access to the necessary resources that they need. When you partner with great partnerships like this, it gives us the opportunity to help New Yorkers in a real way. I have a fantastic team with Tanya Hill, my Director of Constituent Services, Sandra Chapman, Candace Julin, all of my partners here and my staff here at Borough Hall. It is about how do we prevent leaving resources on the table. Year after year, we send too many of our tax dollars back to Albany or back to Washington, D.C. We're saying those tax dollars must stay here in the city to allow the prosperity and growth right here. One thing we know for sure, we don't need to send any more money to Washington, D.C. than deserved. Donald Trump has enough. We want to make sure that we can keep it right here in the borough of Brooklyn. Thank you.
And next we will hear from Samira Rajan, Executive Director of Grow Brooklyn.
Thank you. Thank you. Grow Brooklyn has been preparing and offering quality, free tax preparation for the last 15 consecutive tax seasons. We started with a single volunteer preparing 72 returns part-time out of our Bushwick office. He's here today. And this year, inshallah, we expect to prepare over 7,000 tax returns in Brooklyn neighborhoods from Sheepshead Bay, Coney Island, through Bedford-Stuyvesant, and here in downtown Brooklyn. From the point of view of Brooklyn Co-op, which is the affiliate of Grow Brooklyn, it's a federal credit union, providing quality tax services is on par with the other services we have, whether it's affordable savings accounts, small business loans, mortgages for first-time home buyers, financial education workshops, even legal defense and foreclosure prevention. From our point of view, all of these services have a single bright theme, and that is the creation and preservation of local community assets. When you have local assets, when you have assets that belong to the community, they generate income, they build wealth, and they promote resiliency so that even through our day-to-day challenges, we have that base of stability so that we know we can make progress. I'd like to thank where'd he go? I'd like to thank the Borough President for his hospitality and for his accommodation. I look forward to our tax season. I'd also like to thank our staff and our tax preparers. Without them, we wouldn't be able to provide these services. Thank you.
Thank you.
So again, the message to all New Yorkers is come out and do your taxes for free at one of our over 200 sites across the city. Thank you so much. If there are any questions for us?
I have a question. I'm from a weekly Dunya, which is a Pakistani American newspaper. My question is, till now, how many people filed taxes during this campaign of your office?
So in last year, we filed over 160,000 returns through NYC Free Tax Prep. 160,000, yes.
What language services do you have available? How many languages are the sites prepared for when we have a pretty diverse place?
Good stuff.
This is great, yes.
Okay.